Hello friends, this video on laws of motion part 20 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Please make sure that you have watched all the videos from part 1 to 19 before going ahead with part 20. The problem says an inextensible string connects blocks M1 is equal to 10 kgs and M2 is equal to 5 kg passing over a light frictionless pulley. So what does it say? It connects two blocks M1 and M2 over a frictionless pulley. Okay. M1 moves over a frictionless surface while M2 moves vertically. So let us draw the diagram first. So let us suppose this is M1. The question says M1 moves over a frictionless surface. So let us say this is the frictionless surface. It also says M1 and M2 are connected through a frictionless pulley and M2 moves vertically. That means they must be connected somewhat like this. Let us suppose this is the pulley and let us say this is M2. So M2 is moving vertically and M1 will be moving over the frictionless surface. Now find the acceleration of the system and the tension in the string. Now let us draw the free body diagram for both the masses separately, which will make it easy for you to understand. Let us suppose for M2, the weight will be acting downwards, that is M2g. Tension will be acting in this direction. Since it is a frictionless pulley, so tension along this and tension along this will be the same. Here is another tension T, which is in this direction. And now we will write the equation of motion for both the masses. Now let us suppose that this mass M2 moves in the downward direction and the acceleration for this is A2. Fine. Similarly, let us suppose the acceleration for this mass is A1. Let us say the motion is in this direction. Now since it is a frictionless pulley, therefore A1 will be equal to A2. So let us say A1, A2 is equal to A. So let us consider this acceleration is A, this acceleration is also A. Now we will write the equation of motion for both the masses. Let us write the equation for M2 first. So what will be the equation for M2? The net force on M2 will be equal to the force which is equal to mass into acceleration. So what will be the net force here? M2g minus T is equal to the force. What is force? Force is mass into acceleration. So it will be mass into acceleration. So this will be the equation for mass M2. So what do we basically do to write the equation? The net force acting on this mass. So what is the net force acting here? This M2g and T. Now since it is moving in the downward direction, so we say that M2g minus T is the net force, and what is the force with which it is moving? That is mass into acceleration. We already know force is mass into acceleration. So we said M2g minus T is equal to Ma. Now let us write a similar equation for M1. Now what is the net force on M1? T. There is no other force which is acting here. Moreover, there is no friction. So there will be no frictional force. The question already says that it is a frictionless surface. That means there will be no frictional force between the block and the surface. So the net force on this is T. So this T will again become equal to force, that is mass into acceleration. So that will be M1 into M. I'm sorry, here I missed out. This was M2 because the mass of this block is M2. So this is my second equation. Now what does the question ask? The question asks us to find the value of A. This A we have to find out. Right. So let us see how we are able to find it out. We got two equations. Now let us add up the two equations. So what do we get? On our left hand side we get M2g minus T plus T is equal to M2A plus M1A. So minus T plus T gets cancelled. So we get M2g is equal to A into M1 plus M2. Now I feel that you must be finding it pretty simple to calculate A. So it is m2g divided by m1 plus m2. So see friends, whenever you have any problems related to pulley, blocks or something like that, the best way to solve it is you first draw the free body diagram for both the bodies and you write the equation of motion. Whenever you write equation of motion, just try to find the net force on that block. Like here the net force is m2g minus t. So this net force has to be equal to mass into acceleration. Similarly here the net force is t. So the net force has to be equal to mass into acceleration. So this is the funda which you need to follow to write the equation of motion. So I'll write it here. To write equation of motion, you just remember net force on the body is equal to mass into acceleration. Just remember this. Now once you are able to draw the free body diagram correctly, it will be very easy for you to find out the net force on the body. So here we were, acceleration is m2g divided by m1 plus m2. Now in the question we are already given that m1 is 10 kgs and m2 is 5 kgs. So let us put the values. m2 is 5, g is 9.8 divided by m1 is 10, m2 is again 5. So we get 5 into 9.8 divided by 15. So we get the value as 3.27 meter per second square. So this is the value of the acceleration of the system. Now the question asks find the acceleration of the system and the tension in the strain. Now once you have got the value of A, it is very easy for you to calculate the value of T. So from equation 2, you can say T is equal to M1 into A. So what is M1? M1 is 10 kgs into 3.27. So it comes out to be 32.7 Newton. So this is the tension. I hope this is clear to you now. Since we are solving many different kinds of problems, so I guess the concept is getting clearer to you as we proceed further. Let's go ahead and see more examples. This problem says a mass of 4 kg rests on a horizontal plane. The plane is gradually inclined until at an angle theta is equal to 15 degree with the horizontal. So let us imagine the scenario practically. Let us suppose this was a horizontal plane on which the 4 kg mass was resting. Now we started inclining this plane. That means gradually we made this plane somewhat like this. I mean we inclined it, we kept inclining it, and finally we made it inclined to an angle of 15 degree with the horizontal. Now if you think of this situation practically, then what will happen to this block? As soon as we start inclining this plane, the block will start sliding, correct? Now you have to find the coefficient of static friction between the block and the surface. So coefficient of static friction, that means this static friction will determine at what point the box will actually start sliding, right? So let us see how we can solve this. First of all, we will draw the diagram. Let us say this is our inclined plane. This is the mass. Now let us draw all the forces that will be acting on this mass. Now this angle is theta. And in the question it is given that theta is equal to 15 degree and also mass of this block is equal to 4 kgs. Now what are the different forces that will act on this block? Obviously mg will act downward this way. Normal reaction will act normal to the surface of contact. So this is my surface of contact. So it will act normal to this surface. That means it will act in this direction. So this is my normal reaction. Okay. Now since this angle is, and what else will act on this block? Now if the block will slide in this direction, whenever it slides, it will slide in this direction, right? So the force of the static frictional force will act definitely along this direction. So this will be the direction of static friction, that is Fs. Now let us find the components of mg. Now what we have to do? We will write the equation. We will write the equation of motion along x as well as y axis one by one, right? So let us first see the equation. Let us first try to find the components of mg. Now if this is mg, this is theta. This angle will also become theta. So if this is mg, this is theta, so what will be this? This will be mg cos theta. And what will be this? This would be mg sin theta. Right? Now it is very simple for you to find the equation. So along, let us consider that this is my x-axis. Let us consider this is my x-axis and this is my y-axis of coordinate system. Okay, so along x-axis, that is along the horizontal direction, what will be the equation of motion? It would be Fs is equal to mg sin theta. Correct? Because we want to find out the maximum value, we want to find out the coefficient of static friction. Now once the static friction vanishes, that is once the static friction reaches its maximum value, this box will start sliding. So the question talks about that scenario when the box just begins to slide. That means at that point of time, the value of Fs will be the maximum value of Fs. Correct? So along x-axis, let's first equate. It is Fs is equal to mg sin theta. Along y-axis, it would be n is equal to mg cos theta. Because the mass has, please keep in mind friends, now the mass has just begins to slide. That means till now the mass was at rest. So there is no motion. That is why the force along this direction will be equal to the force along this direction. Right? So we found two equations. Now, according to the question, it says that the box just begin to slide. Just begin to slide. So this says that the value of Fs is the maximum value of Fs, which is equal to, what is the maximum value of Fs? It is mu s into n. This is the maximum value of Fs. So we will put this value in equation 1. So what do we get? We get mu s n is equal to mg sin theta. So equation 1 becomes s, that is mu s n is equal to mg sin theta. Now we can substitute the value of n as mg cos theta from this equation. So we get mu s mg cos theta is equal to mg sin theta. So mg gets cancelled. So what do we get? We get mu s is equal to sin theta by cos theta, which comes out to be tan 15 degree. So your answer will be the value of coefficient of static friction is tan 15 degree. So I hope it is clear now. Here also we did the same thing. We drew the diagram. We find out all the forces acting on the body. Since the body is in rest, therefore all the forces which are acting along horizontal direction, they should be equal and opposite. Similarly, the sum of all the forces which is acting along the vertical direction should also be equal to 0. That is, these forces should be equal and opposite. Right? So we wrote both the equations. Since this body just begun to slide, therefore the value of frictional force, that is the static frictional force, was its maximum value or limiting value, which is mu s into n. So we just substituted the value, and from these two equations we were able to find out the value of mu s. So I hope now things are getting clearer to you. So whenever a body is moving, in that case we write equation of motion as the net force acting on the body is equal to mass into acceleration. When a body is at rest, in that case the sum of all the forces acting on the body should be equal to 0. Thank you. Visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thanks once again.